Elon Musk has an extraordinary vision for Mars, one so daring it could become the most ambitious adventure in human history. The groundwork for this mission is already underway. For some, this dream represents a utopia, while others see it as a potential nightmare. But in Musk's eyes, it's the future. The journey began in earnest back in 2016, when Musk introduced his bold concept for an interplanetary transport system, a massive rocket designed specifically to carry large groups of people from Earth to Mars. Of course, SpaceX's connection to Mars dates all the way back to its founding in 2001. Initially, the plan was much simpler. Deliver a greenhouse to Mars's surface to demonstrate the possibility of life thriving on another planet and inspire humanity to pursue space exploration. While it was a fascinating idea, it was also misguided. For millennia, humans have dreamed of exploring the cosmos. They didn't need a reminder of its allure. They needed a practical means to make the dream a reality. That's where Musk stepped in. In a 2014 interview with Khan Academy, Musk explained his shift in focus. "I thought there wasn't enough will, but there actually was plenty of will if people thought there was a way. So I decided to work on the way." Over the next decade, his interplanetary transport system evolved through numerous iterations, eventually being rebranded as Starship. By 2019, SpaceX had begun manufacturing prototypes of this game-changing spacecraft. The first full-scale Starship Super Heavy rocket launched in April 2023. By November 2024, SpaceX had successfully demonstrated controlled landings for both the upper stage Starship and the Super Heavy booster. Musk's ambitious timeline aims to send at least 2 Starships to Mars in 2026, marking the first attempt at landing on the Red Planet. In a November 2024 statement, Musk expressed his confidence, saying, "I am highly confident that we can send several uncrewed Starships to Mars in 2 years. If those test flights don't add new craters to Mars, then we could see crewed missions heading there within 4 years. Of course, success might not come on the first try. In fact, it probably won't. But that's all part of the process, and we're watching this ambitious plan unfold right now." Starship serves as undeniable evidence that Elon Musk is completely serious about this mission. SpaceX is heading to Mars. So, what happens once we arrive? Elon has a vision for that as well, though it's less straightforward than the transportation side. His idea ties together everything he's built over the last 25 years, bringing all his companies into play. It's all leading to Mars, and Tesla will play a huge role in this crossover. When asked about the first Starship payload to Mars, Elon's response was simple: Cybertrucks and Optimus robots. By now, most people are familiar with the Cybertruck. It's a robust, futuristic vehicle, and it turns out it's an excellent candidate for navigating Mars. The planet's surface is harsh, scattered with jagged rocks and debris from billions of years of asteroid impacts and volcanic activity. A large, durable vehicle like the Cybertruck will be essential for traversing that rugged terrain. Then there's Optimus, also known as the Tesla bot. This is a newer project to which Elon has been dedicating significant resources. It's clear that both the Cybertruck and Optimus will play crucial roles in making life on Mars a reality. Idea is to create an artificial substitute for a human being, both in terms of abilities and intelligence. So there are a lot of very practical uses for Optimus, but the first time we saw this robot design, thoughts immediately went to Mars. And the Tesla bot will be a critical part of the plan. Optimus could be the first pioneer to settle on Mars, using its advanced autonomous humanoid capabilities to start building essential infrastructure that would support the survival of future human explorers. After all, if we're planning to send people to Mars, it's only logical to do everything possible to maximize their chances of returning safely. However, survival is far from guaranteed, a reality Elon Musk himself has acknowledged on multiple occasions. In 2021, Elon openly stated, "A lot of people will probably die." He further explained that embarking on this journey would be incredibly risky, uncomfortable, and dangerous. The trip to Mars is long, and there's no certainty of making it back alive. Yet, despite these challenges, he described it as a bold and thrilling adventure, one that promises to be an extraordinary experience. Now, let's shift from space exploration to a product inspired by innovation and creativity. Imagine a pen that not only writes smoothly, but also hovers as if defying gravity, spinning elegantly on your desk. That's the brilliance of the Hover Pen by Novium. This is more than just a pen. It's a futuristic design masterpiece meant to spark creativity and forward thinking. The hoverpen Interstellar is engineered to float at an exact 23.5-degree angle, mirroring the Earth's axial tilt, and comes in stunning finishes such as space black and Mars magma. It's not just a tool, but a symbol of innovation. It's refillable for a lifetime of unmatched writing quality. And it's no wonder Time magazine named it one of the best inventions of 2022. For something truly extraordinary, the premium edition features a genuine 4.5 billion-year-old meteorite shard, an actual relic of space history. Prefer a fountain pen? Novium has you covered with the Hover Pen Future, which includes a 2-in-1 tip for fountain and rollerball options. Want the ultimate hover pen experience? The Interstellar gift set offers a complete package with the Hover Pen, a sleek aluminum, dock, and productivity tools to transform your workspace into a haven of efficiency and elegance. Whether as a gift or a personal treat, the Hover Pen stands out as a timeless choice. And for a limited time, Novium is giving my viewers 10% off on all hover pens with free shipping to most countries. Use the discount code TESLASPACE at checkout. To grab yours, the QR code is on the screen and the links are in the description below. Get ready to reimagine writing with the Hover Pen, a product that's as inspiring as the cosmos itself. So the more robotic automation and artificial intelligence we can bring to Mars, the greater your chances of survival become. Which makes it no surprise that Elon has also founded his own AI company. With xAI, Musk is developing a new large language model called Grok. The idea is that Grok will steadily grow in capability to become what's known as an artificial general intelligence, or AGI. That basically means a digital duplicate of the human brain, something that can learn and create and problem solve all on its own. Grok could become the brain of the Mars colony, and it would be a powerful resource for people on the Red Planet who are cut off from the Earth by a communications delay that can be as long as 20 minutes just going one way. So, if settlers on Mars need immediate help, Earth won't be there to answer, but Grok would, and that is where Elon's most unusual company, Neuralink, comes into play. If people on Mars are going to be entirely dependent on robots and AI to survive, then we might as well wire their brains straight into that computer system. You see, Neuralink is a brain-computer interface. They open up your skull, stitch tiny wires into the outer layer of your brain tissue, and then connect those into a microcomputer that now lives in your head. Now your brainwaves become computer inputs. One of the things that Elon is always talking about with Neuralink is this idea of merging the human mind with AI. On Earth, this idea is a bit frightening, but on Mars, it would be the difference between life and death. Why send a person outside, into the deadly climate of Mars, to fix a solar panel, when you could use Neuralink to remotely inhabit the body of a humanoid robot and put the bot in harm's way instead? Why waste time in an emergency searching for information when you could have all of the knowledge of the human race pumped directly into your cerebral cortex? It's trippy stuff that sounds like science fiction. But again, these are all things that Elon is working on right now. It's all part of the plan. So let's say that people manage to arrive safely on Mars in their Starship. They find a fully functioning base there, maintained by Tesla bots. They explore the planet's surface in Cybertrucks. They leverage their brain implants and artificial general intelligence to survive and thrive in a hostile, remote world cut off from society. Now what? Well, Elon's plan is to establish a self-sustaining city on Mars. This would be populated by 1 million people, and it would be constructed with 100 million tons of supplies and material that are shipped over from Earth to Mars in 1,000 Starship rockets. So I guess we start building that city. And to do it, we'll need some heavy machinery. This is where the Boring Company comes in. On November 14th, 2024, Elon Musk wrote on X, "Tunnels will be important on Mars." And the Boring Company responded to that by writing, "Proof Rock fits nicely in the Starship payload bay." Proof Rock 4 is the latest iteration of the Boring Company's tunneling machine, and it now has the unique ability to launch directly into the ground and begin digging. No sight. Preparation required. The reality of life on Mars will require significant protection from the elements. That means radiation, micrometeorites, atmospheric exposure, and dust storms. Giant glass dome habitats, like what we see in science fiction, are cool and all, but what's going to happen to that giant dome the first time that a planet-wide dust storm kicks up? These global storms typically happen about once every 3 years on Mars. So going underground would be a great way to solve some of the biggest challenges that the planet Mars throws at us. And Elon Musk knows this very well. There's a clip of Elon answering questions at a conference back in 2017. And when asked about how the tunnel boring idea would relate to his Mars colony plans, Elon said this: "I do think getting good at digging tunnels could be really helpful for Mars. Building underground habitats with good radiation shielding, you could build a whole city underground if you wanted to. People would still want to go outside from time to time, but you can build a tremendous amount underground with the right boring technology on Mars." I think there's definitely a lot of overlap in this area. Elon Musk has suggested that while there would be similarities in the technology, a Mars-specific boring machine would need to be optimized differently compared to one designed for use on Earth. He's also mentioned that Mars would likely see a lot of ice mining and general resource extraction, where these machines could play a key role. But let's be honest, if humanity plans to settle on Mars permanently as a second home, we can't stay underground forever. At some point, we'll need to figure out how to make the Martian surface livable. That's where the concept of terraforming comes into play. It's an incredibly ambitious idea, but Elon believes it's achievable. In fact, during a 2023 interview on the Joe Rogan podcast, he explained how a dramatic shift in Mars's climate could be triggered by releasing frozen water and CO2 trapped beneath the surface. One way to achieve this, according to Elon, is by creating global warming on Mars, essentially speeding up the planet's climate change. And his proposed method? Nuking Mars. While it sounds outrageous, Elon has argued that detonating nuclear devices over the planet's polar ice caps could quickly release the greenhouse gases trapped in those regions. This would lead to increased levels of water vapor and CO2 in the atmosphere, which could trap heat from the sun and raise the planet's surface temperature. Most of Mars is covered in ice, with the largest concentrations at the poles. But there's also frozen water scattered across the surface, hidden beneath layers of dust. And as for radiation concerns, Mars is already highly radioactive due to billions of years of exposure to cosmic rays and solar winds, so a few nuclear detonations likely wouldn't make much of a difference. However, this raises another critical issue: governance. If 1,000,000 people end up living on Mars, they'll need some kind of structured government, a leadership system, laws, and a constitution to maintain order. Right now, that's not part of Elon Musk's plan, but starting in January 2025, he's poised to become a significant figure in US politics. It seems likely that he'll start developing new ideas to address these challenges, and we might get an update on this sooner rather than later. Thought.